I turn the chair over to Ms. Carrie Fowler at this time.
Thank you. Swearing in of the newly elected board members. Ms. Anderson, please read their certificates of election.
At this time, we are in receipt of the certificates of election for the following persons: Jane M. Buckwalk, Stephen Williams, Gerald Welch, Doug Thompson Leader. Thank you.
Congratulations to you all. The Honorable Magisterial District Judge Sonia M. McKnight will administer the oath to Ms. Jane Buckwalk, Mr. Stephen Williams, Mr. Doug Thompson Leader, Mr. Gerald Welch, and Mr. James R. Thompson. Congratulations.
Excuse me, I omitted Mr. James R. Thompson for election. Thank you. At this time, we will be swearing in Ms. Jane M. Buckwalk, and if any of her family members or friends would like to join her.
All right, you ready?
I am.
All right, so you want to repeat after me, all right?
Okay.
I, Jane M. Buckwalk,
I, Jane M. Buckwalk,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will
that I will
support,
support,
obey,
obey,
and defend
and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of this Commonwealth,
of this Commonwealth,
and that I will
and that I will
discharge
discharge
the duties
the duties
of my office
of my office
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Next, we will be swearing in Mr. Stephen Williams.
All right. Mr. Stephen Williams, repeat after me. Your mother's going to be holding the Bible for you. All right. I, Stephen Williams,
I, Stephen Williams,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will
that I will
support,
support,
obey,
obey,
and defend
and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the United
of
States
the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of this Commonwealth,
of this Commonwealth,
and that I will
and that I will
discharge
discharge
the duties
the duties
of my office
of my office
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations. And they'll sign at the end.
Next, we will swear in Mr. James R. Thompson. Any of his family members or anyone like to join him?
Is it Mrs. Thompson? All right, you ready? All right, repeat after me. I, James R. Thompson,
James R. Thompson,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will
that I will
support,
support,
obey,
obey,
and defend
and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Commonwealth,
and the Commonwealth,
and the Constitution, I apologize,
and the Constitution of the
of this
Commonwealth,
Commonwealth, and that I will
and that I will
discharge
discharge
the duties
the duties
of my office
of my office
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations. Hug, 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 hug.
We will now swear in Mr. Gerald Welch, and if any of his family members or friends would like to join him.
There you go. Ready? I, Gerald Welch,
Gerald Welch,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will
that I will
support,
support,
obey,
obey,
and defend
and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of this Commonwealth,
of this Commonwealth.
and that I will discharge
discharge
the duties
the duties
of my office
of my office
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations. You're so welcome. Good to see you.
And next, we will swear in Mr. Doug Thompson, leader. Family and friends would like to join him.
All right. You ready? I, Doug Thompson, leader,
I, Doug Thompson, leader,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will
that I will
support,
support,
obey,
obey,
and defend
and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the United
of
States
the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of this
of
Commonwealth,
this Commonwealth,
and that I will
and that I will
discharge the duties
the duties
of my office
of my office
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
All right, congratulations. I'm going to ask that Miss Jane come on up so you can sign. All right, Mr. Stephen Williams. Mr. James Thompson. right, Mr. Gerald Welch.
Ms. Robinson,
Abstain.
Mr. Carter,
Jane Buckwalk.
Ms. Fowler, I'm sorry,
Jane Buckwalk.
Mr. Pittman,
Stephen Williams.
Mr. Buckwalk, Ms. Buckwalk,
Gerald Welch.
Mr. Williams,
Jane Buckwhack.
Mr. Thompson Leader, Mr. Thompson,
Gerald Welch.
Mr. Welch. Our totals are 1 abstain, 5 for Ms. Buckwalk, 2 for Mr. Welch, and one for Mr. Williams.
We'll now turn the meeting over to Dr. Samuels.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. I'd like to begin by congratulating the incoming members of the board, but I'd like to pause, and I'd like to just take a moment to acknowledge, before we go any further, the exiting members of the school board. There is a very fine certificate of appreciation to a school board director who is not here this evening, Mr. Lionel Gonzalez, who has made the PSBA honor roll. Mr. Gonzalez has served for 8 years and provided 8 years of school board service to the Harrisburg School District. So even though Mr. Gonzalez is not here, we will make sure he gets this. Let's give him a round of applause to acknowledge him. And when we think about the importance of school board members, I cannot underscore just how important they are. School board of directors are sincere volunteers who really work diligently to make a difference in the community, the broader community, and to make a difference for children. And it is with pleasure that Mr. Summer and I acknowledge the outgoing board members. And so we would like to ask the board members who are present to come forward as we call their names, so that we could actually, honor them in a very small way with a certificate of appreciation. So first, we'd like to ask Mr. Joseph Brown to please come forward. And would you remain? And this certificate of recognition is presented proudly to Mr. Joseph Brown in recognition of your service and commitment to public education in the Harrisburg School District. And know that you've made a difference. You've made a difference in the lives of children, but for many, many years you've made a difference. And so we applaud you, and we'd like to thank you so very much. And you could remain. And if you could stand, you could remain there. In addition, we'd like to ask Mr. Ellis Roy, to please come forward. And once again, Mr. Roy, it is a pleasure to recognize you for your many years of service to the Harrisburg School District, for making such an amazing difference for servicing children, your dedication, commitment. You served on a number of committees as well, representing the district, and it is really a pleasure to thank you for your many, how many years? Okay, 4 years is a long term. To really acknowledge you on behalf of the children of the district. So thank you so very much. And in addition to recognizing Mr. Brown and Mr. Roy, as I mentioned earlier, we'd like to acknowledge and thank Mr. Gonzalez, Mr. Lionel Gonzalez. We'd also like to recognize and thank, and they'll get their certificates as well, Ms. Lola Lawson. Also, we'd like to recognize and to thank Ms. Patricia Whitehead Myers. Let's give them all a round of applause. And when we think about being a member of the School Board of Directors, it is a major role. And as we move forward here in the Harrisburg School District, we proudly welcome the new members. We welcome and we thank the remaining members of the board, and know that your service is greatly appreciated. When you think about making a difference in this district, when we think about as elected officials serving the constituents, we've talked often about continuing to work in very collaborative fashion. We talked about being conduits of information between the school district and the community, and we're going to push that. There is much work to be done on behalf of the children here in the district, and we look forward, and we're counting on every single board member to do just that, to make a difference. So once again, we welcome you, we thank you, and we appreciate your presence tonight. It is also a pleasure and our privilege to recognize and to ask to stand the Honorable Auditor General, the Honorable Eugene DePasquale. Thank you for being here this evening. And thank you for all of your support for the Harrisburg School District and all that you're doing. We'd also like to acknowledge and recognize the Honorable State Representative Patty Kim. Would you please stand? And we'd like to thank State Representative Patty Kim for the incredible work and the incredible support that she provides to the district. Thank you very much. Thank you both. As we prepare to close this evening, we'd like to welcome everyone to meet and greet the entire Harrisburg School Board of Directors. There are cookies and punch in the rear. And again, we'd like for all of you are remaining and exiting to please partake and to allow the public to say those two most important words, and that's thank you, thank you, thank you for all that you do and all that you will do on behalf of the children of the district. Have a wonderful evening to everyone, and thank you so very much for being here. This evening, we had the pleasure of welcoming 5 new board members. We have a total of 9 school board members here in the Harrisburg School District. And even though receivership is underway, the school board members are very significant. They are elected officials, and I look forward to working very closely with members of the school board. And when you think about the school board members, they are really, they're servants, and they are, working in collaboration with the district and their constituents. And as representatives of their community, this important community, there's an opportunity to really, again, have them serve as conduits, sharing of information, to have them value and listen to the voices of members of the community and bring that back. And so it is very important in the role that they share. We look forward to, in a few weeks, conducting, school board orientation. They're going to undergo quite rigorous and intense training, and to learn very specific, underpinnings and the working of the district, as well as, their roles as school board members. I know that they will be very successful and a very important part of this district.